Skipping meals to save calories is a surefire way to tank your metabolism and sabotage weight loss. Condense those food-free time periods to set intervals, however, and watch the fat melt away. That's the principle behind the diet method known as intermittent fasting. Unlike many popular diets, intermittent fasting has the backing of scientific research, including a massive 2017 study analysis by the International Society of Sports Nutrition, which suggests that intermittent fasting is just as effective as daily calorie restriction, sometimes better, at improving body composition. Furthermore, intermittent fasting doesn't involve any calorie counting, and may suppress hunger better than traditional low-calorie diets. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting really just means a period of eating followed by a period of not eating, repeated over time, explains Christopher Oddie, Ph.D., an associate professor of kinesiology and nutrition at the University of Illinois at Chicago, who has studied the effects of intermittent fasting on human body composition. There are three types of intermittent fasting: whole-day fasting, 5 to 6 feed days, 1 to 2 non-consecutive fast days, repeated every week; alternate day fasting, 1 feed day, 1 fast day, repeated; and time-restricted feeding, 4 to 8 feed hours, 16 to 20 feed hours, repeated daily. All three types offer the same fat-burning benefits of intermittent fasting. The real differences are just in how long you're fasting and what you're allowed to eat during the fast, Oddie says. On both whole-day fasting and alternate day fasting, for example, you consume 500 calories per fast day to spark fat loss but maintain muscle. During time-restricted feeding, however, you're consuming 0 calories during your fast period. Water and tea, for example, are allowed. In all types, you're free to go hog wild during the feeding window, though, obviously, all nutritionists would recommend you ditch the junk and stick to healthy fare. About that, people don't usually binge that much on their feed day. Most people report they can only eat about 10% more coming off a fast than they normally would. Their body just won't let them overeat. Oddie says. That's why an increasing number of studies show that intermittent fasting may work just as well as limiting your calorie intake when it comes to weight loss. Now, intermittent fasting isn't magical. Your calories still count. It's just an alternate way to reach that same calorie restriction, says Grant Inslee, Ph.D., CSCS, an intermittent fasting researcher and assistant professor of exercise physiology at Texas Tech University. With traditional calorie restriction, you're following a normal, healthy eating pattern but eating less at each meal. With intermittent fasting, you're eating roughly the same number of reduced calories, just in a confined time frame. You're just giving yourself different parameters to live within. What's the payoff of intermittent fasting? The main benefit of intermittent fasting is weight loss, fat loss, specifically. Insulin increases when you eat, and when insulin is high, you cannot burn fat. When you fast, insulin falls, which allows your body to access its stores of food, i.e., body fat, for energy, explains Jason Fung, MD, a Toronto-based nephrologist and author of The Complete Guide to Fasting. Study after study confirms that any form of intermittent fasting will help reduce weight and improve body composition, though the results are probably about the same as you'd see from restricting your calories. One study Oddie ran, published in 2017 in JAMA Internal Medicine, found that after dieting for 1 year, people lost about 5 to 6% of their body weight whether they restricted their calories or tried alternate day fasting. Other studies suggest that intermittent fasting may help you lose more weight. One study in the Journal of Translational Medicine found that fit people who tried time-restricted feeding lost more fat and maintained more muscle than people who ate the same number of calories but over 12 hours instead of 8. The science is mixed on which is better. What is confirmed, though, is that both methods work. One advantage of intermittent fasting, helping you retain muscle mass. When people lose weight, typically 75% is fat loss and 25% is muscle mass. But with fasting, the ratio actually changes so that 90% of weight loss is fat and 10% is muscle. Oddie says. And because you retain this muscle, your metabolism won't drop the way it might with calorie-restricted weight loss. In fact, fasting actually boosts your metabolism, says Tinsley. There's a misconception that your metabolic rate will decrease if you're not eating. If you're fasting, your body views it as